Welcome, dear friends. Take a slow breath and let the day fade gently away. Tonight, you are invited to a quiet place above the clouds, where starlight softens the night and every moment feels calm. Settle into comfort, wrap yourself in warmth. Let the gentle glow of the cloud top observatory guide you through a serene journey designed for deep rest. There is nothing you need to do, no rush, no effort. Just breathe, relax, and let the calm carry you softly into sleep. The cloud top observatory of soft starlight. Before the night fully settles, the mind often continues to move. Thoughts drift, circle, return. Images of the day appear and fade. Quiet questions form, then dissolve. And yet, in this moment, there is nothing you need to solve. You are allowed to rest. Imagine the air around you becoming lighter, softer, as if the weight of the day is slowly lifting from your shoulders. Each breath you take feels gentle and unhurried, in and out, like a calm tide that knows exactly where it is going. The world outside begins to feel distant. There is a quiet place above the noise of everyday life, above the busy rhythm of streets and voices and time, a place where the air is cool and clean, and the light is made of starlight and soft glow. You are rising, not quickly, not suddenly, but slowly, as if carried by a warm, invisible current. Below you, the world becomes smaller, sounds fade, edges soften, and soon you are floating above a sea of clouds, smooth and endless, like a blanket of silver. Here, the sky feels closer. Here, the stars seem warmer. Ahead, resting gently upon the clouds, stands a quiet structure. Its walls glow faintly, as if they have learned how to hold light. Tall windows curve toward the sky, reflecting constellations in soft, blurred patterns. This is the cloud top observatory. It is not a place of sharp instruments or urgent discovery. It is a place of stillness, a place built not to measure the stars, but to rest with them, to watch their slow movement, to feel their calm presence. Inside, there is warmth. Soft lamps glow like small moons. The floor is smooth and comforting beneath your feet. The air carries a delicate scent of clean linen and cool night air. Everything here is designed to invite you to slow down. There is no rush, no expectation, no task waiting to be completed. Only space, only quiet, only the gentle hum of a world that has learned how to be peaceful. As you step further inside, the observatory seems to breathe with you. Light and shadow move slowly across curved walls. The sky outside shifts almost imperceptibly, stars gliding like distant lanterns across deep velvet blue. Your thoughts begin to soften. They do not disappear. They simply become lighter, less urgent, like clouds drifting past the moon. This story will not hurry you. It will not demand anything from you. It will simply walk beside you, slowly, gently, through a place where the night is kind and the stars are soft and the mind is finally allowed to be still. You are safe here. You are warm. You are ready to rest. The first thing you notice is the quiet, not the absence of sound, but the presence of a softer kind of listening. The air here does not echo, it absorbs. Every movement feels cushioned, as if the space itself is holding you carefully. You stand on a wide, smooth platform made of pale stone that feels warm beneath your feet. Around you, clouds stretch in every direction, thick and luminous, glowing faintly in the reflection of countless stars. They move slowly, like a calm ocean, rising and falling in gentle waves. Above, the sky opens into a deep, endless blue, scattered with soft starlight. The stars do not sparkle sharply. They glow steady and kind, like distant lanterns placed carefully across the night. Before you, the cloud top Observatory rests quietly. Its shape is gentle and curved, built not with sharp angles, but with flowing lines that seem to follow the natural movement of wind and light. Tall windows arc upward, their glass slightly misted, reflecting both the clouds below and the sky above. The structure looks less like a building and more like something that has grown here slowly over time. A warm light glows from inside. As you step forward, the platform seems to respond, your steps quiet and effortless. There is no rush, no urgency. Each movement feels unforced, natural, and easy. The entrance opens without sound. Inside, the observatory is bathed in soft illumination. Lamps shaped like small moons rest along curved walls, their light diffused, never harsh. The floor is smooth and warm, and a gentle warmth flows through the space, as if the building itself is breathing in a slow, steady rhythm. The air carries the faint scent of clean linen, cool night breeze, and something quietly comforting, like warm paper or polished wood. Large windows surround the room, offering wide, peaceful views of the sky and clouds. Through them, the stars appear closer, more intimate, yet still distant enough to remain soothing. There are no loud instruments here, no ticking machines, no sharp edges, only long tables with folded blankets, smooth chairs, soft cushions, and shelves holding simple, elegant objects, glass spheres, star maps, and quiet journals resting in neat, unhurried order. This is not a place of work. It is a place of watching, a place of resting, a place of gentle noticing. You walk slowly toward the central window, where the glass curves outward, creating a wide, panoramic view of the night. Clouds drift beneath you, their surfaces glowing like soft silver, catching starlight and reflecting it upward in a slow shimmer. The movement is hypnotic. The longer you look, the more your breathing begins to match their rhythm, in and out. Your shoulders soften, your jaw relaxes. The small tension you did not realize you were holding begins to loosen. Somewhere in the observatory, a quiet presence moves. Not quickly, not suddenly. Just a soft, calm motion, like a shadow gliding through lamplight. This is the keeper of the observatory. They move with the same unhurried rhythm as the clouds, as the stars. Their steps are light, their posture relaxed, their expression gentle and welcoming. They do not speak at first. They simply nod, a small, kind gesture that seems to say, "You are welcome here." You feel no need to respond. The moment does not require words. The keeper gestures softly toward a nearby chair, cushioned and wide, placed near one of the largest windows. A folded blanket rests over its back, and beside it stands a small table with a cup of warm, gently scented tea. You move toward it, your steps slow, guided by the quiet of the space. As you sit, the chair supports you fully, as if shaped exactly for rest. The blanket is warm light and comforting as you draw it over your legs. The cup in your hands feels steady, its warmth seeping gently into your palms. You take a small sip. The flavor is soft and subtle, carrying hints of herbs and something faintly sweet, like honey warmed by starlight. Outside, the stars continue their slow journey across the sky. Inside, the observatory remains still. The keeper moves to another window, adjusting a small lamp, its light dimming slightly, becoming even softer. The entire space seems to respond, settling more deeply into calm. You realize that this place is not meant to impress. It is meant to ease. It is meant to hold. It is meant to remind. The gentle mystery of the observatory is not what it discovers, but what it allows you to release. Here, the mind does not need to solve. Here, the body does not need to prepare. Here, the heart does not need to guard. Everything is slower. Everything is softer. Everything is enough. Clouds drift, stars glow, light breathes. You sit, wrapped in warmth, watching the night, feeling the steady, quiet presence of the keeper nearby. And you understand that you have arrived somewhere rare. A place above the noise, a place above the hurry, a place where the world becomes kind. And as part one of this gentle journey begins, the cloud top observatory opens its calm, luminous space around you, inviting you to rest beneath soft starlight and to let the night carry you forward slowly, peacefully, and without effort. The quiet of the observatory deepened, not by becoming more silent, but by becoming more complete. It felt as though every small sound had found its proper place and no longer needed to announce itself. Even your own breathing blended into the gentle atmosphere, becoming part of the soft rhythm of the room. The keeper moved with unhurried grace, adjusting a curtain of translucent fabric near one of the windows. The material shifted slightly, allowing the starlight to pass through in a diffused glow, painting the floor in pale patterns of silver and blue. The movement was slow, careful, almost ceremonial, as if even the smallest gesture deserved kindness. You watched without effort. The cup in your hands remained warm, and you noticed how the heat traveled gradually into your fingers, into your palms, then seemed to rise gently through your arms. It was a quiet reminder that comfort does not need to be sudden. It can arrive slowly in waves and still be complete. Beyond the glass, the clouds continued their patient drift. They did not hurry. They did not linger. They simply moved, guided by a rhythm too large to see, but easy to feel. Their motion was steady, and in watching them, your thoughts began to follow the same unhurried path. The keeper approached and placed a small object on the table beside you. It was a smooth glass sphere, no larger than a small apple, faintly glowing from within. Inside it, tiny points of light moved slowly, like a miniature sky. "This is not for measuring," the keeper said softly, their voice barely louder than the breath of the room. "It is for remembering how to look." You did not need to respond. The words settled gently, without weight. You lifted the sphere and felt its cool surface, smooth and comforting. The light inside shifted slightly, responding to the warmth of your hands. It did not shine brightly. It glowed, steady and calm. As you held it, you felt your attention narrow, not in focus, but in simplicity. There was nothing else to consider. No background noise, no competing thoughts. Only the gentle movement of light within glass and the slow, constant presence of the stars outside. The keeper returned to their quiet tasks, leaving you in this peaceful moment. Time in the observatory did not behave like time elsewhere. It did not press forward. It did not count itself. It simply flowed. Like the clouds, like breath, like light moving across curved walls. You noticed the soft textures around you, the fabric of the blanket, the smoothness of the chair's arm, the gentle warmth of the air. Each sensation arrived clearly, but without urgency, as if the world had slowed itself just enough for you to feel it properly. The windows revealed more of the sky now. A cluster of stars drifted into view, their light blending into a faint, shimmering pattern. They did not twinkle sharply. They glowed, their brightness softened by distance and atmosphere. The observatory seemed to respond to this shift, the lamps dimming slightly, allowing more starlight to fill the room. Your eyelids felt heavier, not with exhaustion, but with ease. You leaned back into the chair, allowing the blanket to settle more fully around you. Your breathing became slower, deeper, and more even. Each inhale felt cool and clean. Each exhale felt warm and releasing. The keeper paused near another window, gazing outward. their posture relaxed, their presence steady. They did not watch the stars with intensity, but with familiarity, as one might watch a gentle river. This place, they said softly, exists for those who carry too much light in their minds. You understood, without needing further explanation. Some minds shine too brightly, thinking, planning, remembering, imagining. Even in darkness they glow. Here that light is allowed to soften. Here it is allowed to rest. The glass sphere in your hands dimmed slightly, its internal light slowing, becoming fewer, more spaced. It seemed to mirror your own state, as if responding to your calm. You placed it back on the table, where it continued to glow faintly, a small, steady presence beside your cup. Outside, the clouds shifted again, revealing a deeper layer of sky. The blue darkened, becoming richer, more velvety. Stars appeared in greater number, but their light remained gentle, never overwhelming. The observatory felt suspended, not only in space, but in a moment of perfect balance. You realized that nothing here was designed to stimulate. Everything was designed to soothe. The keeper moved once more, adjusting a lamp, smoothing a blanket on another chair, ensuring that every corner of the space remained inviting, safe, and warm. You closed your eyes briefly. In the darkness behind your eyelids, the starlight still seemed present, like a soft memory of light rather than light itself. The sound of your breathing filled the space gently, steady and calm. When you opened your eyes again, the room appeared even softer, as though your vision itself had learned how to relax. The clouds below continued their endless, gentle journey. The stars above continued their quiet, luminous drift. And you here in the cloud, top observatory, felt yourself becoming part of this slow, peaceful motion. Part 1 continued, not as a story of action, but as a story of arrival, of settling, of learning how to be still beneath soft starlight. The light inside the observatory had grown softer, as though the room itself had exhaled. The lamps no longer shone with clear edges. Their glow spread gently, like warm breath against cool glass. Outside, the clouds shifted in long, slow currents. They did not roll or churn. They drifted, like thoughts that no longer needed to be held. You remained seated near the wide, curved window, wrapped in the blanket, the warmth of the tea still lingering in your chest. The cup now rested on the small table, steam rising in thin, delicate lines that disappeared almost as soon as they formed. Each breath you took felt deeper than the last, in and out. The keeper moved quietly across the floor, their steps barely making a sound. They adjusted a series of slender glass panels near the ceiling. As they turned, a different angle of starlight filtered into the room, creating a soft cascade of pale silver across the walls. The light did not brighten the space, it softened it. The air seemed to glow. You noticed how your body felt heavier, not with tiredness, but with comfort. The chair held you more fully now. The blanket rested across your legs with a gentle, grounding weight. Even your hands resting loosely in your lap felt relaxed, open, at ease. Outside the windows, the sky continued its slow transformation. The deeper blue of the night blended into softer shades, and the stars appeared to drift, not because they moved quickly, but because time here moved differently. The keeper approached and placed a second cup of tea on the table, fresh and warm. The scent was slightly different this time, calmer, earthier, like herbs warmed by moonlight. Sometimes, they said softly, the body remembers how to rest before the mind does. You nodded, though no words were necessary. You lifted the cup, feeling its warmth, and took a slow sip. The flavor was gentle, almost barely there, but it carried a sense of ease, like a quiet promise. The room felt larger now, not in size, but in spaciousness. There was room for breath, room for stillness, room for quiet. Your thoughts began to arrive more slowly. They did not crowd, they did not overlap. Each one drifted through gently, like a cloud crossing the moon, then passed on without resistance. Outside, the clouds continued their endless movement, rising and falling in soft waves. Occasionally, a thin opening would appear, revealing a deeper field of stars beyond, their light muted, kind, and steady. The observatory seemed to float between worlds, above the noise, above the hurry, above the need to decide. Here, nothing required effort. The keeper moved to a wide, low table near the center of the room and unfolded a star map made of soft, translucent material. They did not study it closely. They simply smoothed it with their hands, as if acknowledging its presence. These are not paths, they said, their voice calm and low. They are reminders. You watched the pale lines of constellations glow faintly against the fabric. They did not demand recognition. They were there only to suggest, not to instruct. The keeper rolled the map gently and set it aside. Light shifted again, slowly, as clouds outside reflected a different layer of starlight into the room. The walls seemed to breathe, their curves catching glow and shadow in equal measure. You leaned back, allowing your head to rest more fully against the chair. Your neck released, your shoulders sank, the muscles along your spine softened. Breathing remained slow, steady, unforced. The faint hum of the observatory became noticeable, not a sound, but a presence, like the quiet resonance of a place that is deeply at rest. It was as if the building itself held a calm heart, and everything inside moved in harmony with it. The keeper dimmed one of the lamps, and the room responded by becoming even gentler. The starlight grew more prominent, filtering through the windows in layers of silver and blue. Outside, the clouds seemed closer, their edges glowing softly, like distant lanterns floating on a pale sea. You felt a subtle warmth spread through your chest, not from the tea, but from a growing sense of safety. There was no rush here, no expectation, no need to remain alert. Even your awareness felt lighter, less defined, more fluid. The keeper returned to their quiet watch near the windows, hands resting loosely, posture relaxed. They too seemed to be part of the rhythm of this place, neither guiding nor directing, but simply holding the space open. Your eyelids grew heavier. When they closed, even briefly, the darkness behind them was not empty. It was filled with a soft memory of light, a gentle impression of stars, a quiet echo of warmth. When they opened again, the world appeared slightly dimmer, as though your eyes had learned how to see with less effort. The clouds continued their patient journey. The stars continued their slow, luminous drift, and within the cloud-top observatory, your body and mind continued their gentle descent into rest. The space no longer felt new. It felt familiar, as though you had always known it, as though you had been here before, as though you would always be welcome. And in this quiet, unhurried environment, you remained wrapped in warmth and soft light, allowing the night to carry you deeper into calm, one breath at a time. The observatory seemed to float even more quietly now, as though the clouds beneath had learned how to carry it with a softer touch. The light inside had thinned into something almost weightless, not dim, not dark, just gentle. A pale, silvery glow rested across the curved walls, touching every surface without pressing. The air felt cooler, but not cold, like a calm evening breeze that moves through open curtains and leaves behind a sense of freshness rather than chill. You remained in your chair, wrapped in the familiar blanket, your body settled in a way that felt deeply natural. Breathing no longer needed attention. It happened on its own, slow and even, like a quiet tide. The keeper stood near one of the tall windows, gazing outward. Their reflection blended softly with the starlight, as though they too were part of the sky. Outside, the clouds were thinner now, more translucent. Layers of light passed through them, creating long, flowing bands of glow that drifted lazily across the night. Each movement was unhurried, each change almost unnoticeable. Time felt different here, not measured, not counted, simply experienced. A faint chime sounded somewhere deep within the observatory, not sharp, not loud, just a soft, resonant note, like a distant bell heard through layers of air. The keeper turned, their voice low and calm. The stars are speaking in their quiet way tonight. You did not ask how. Some things did not need explanation. The sound faded, leaving behind a deeper stillness. You noticed the way your thoughts had softened. They no longer rushed forward. They appeared gently, then dissolved like mist touched by light. Memories surfaced, but without weight. Plans drifted through, but without urgency. Everything felt lighter. The keeper approached and placed a small, smooth object into your open palm. It was cool and faintly luminous, like a piece of cloud that had learned how to hold light. Starlight glass, they said. It remembers calm. You closed your fingers around it. The surface was warm now, responding to the quiet heat of your hand. A gentle comfort spread upward through your wrist, along your arm, and into your chest. Your shoulders softened even more, your jaw released, your breath deepened. The observatory responded too. The lights shifted slightly, as if acknowledging the change in you. The walls reflected a softer hue, more blue than silver, more dusk than night. Outside, the clouds drifted lower, and the stars seemed to shine through a veil, their glow diffused, kind, and steady. You became aware of a subtle rhythm in the space, not a sound, but a presence, a slow, even pulse, like a heartbeat that belonged to the building itself. With each pulse, the air seemed to grow heavier with peace. The keeper returned to the window, and you watched them for a moment, then let your gaze drift back to the sky. You noticed that some of the stars appeared to move in gentle patterns, not in lines, but in curves, soft arcs of light that formed, shifted, and faded like slow, luminous breaths. They did not demand attention. They simply existed. Your eyelids lowered, then lifted again, slowly, as though testing the idea of rest. There was no need to resist. The chair supported you. The blanket warmed you. The air held you. Even the space between your thoughts felt cushioned. The keeper spoke again, very softly. Here, we do not observe to understand. We observe to feel. The words settled inside you not as instructions, but as permission. Permission to stop trying. Permission to stop holding. Permission to simply be. You noticed how the light now seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. It was not a source, but a presence. It filled the room without edges. The clouds outside moved in long, slow layers, their forms changing gradually. Like a dream that never fully becomes clear. You felt a quiet sense of belonging, as though this place recognized you, as though it had been waiting. The starlight glass in your hand glowed faintly, then more softly, then settled into a steady, warm shimmer. Your fingers loosened around it. Your hand rested, open and relaxed. The keeper dimmed another lamp, and the room grew even more serene. Your breathing slowed further, in and out. Each breath felt like a gentle wave, carrying you deeper into stillness. The observatory seemed to float not only above the clouds, but above worry, above effort, above noise. Here there was only softness, only light, only calm. And as the stars continued their quiet conversation beyond the windows, you remained wrapped in this peaceful rhythm, allowing your mind to rest and your body to follow, drifting steadily toward a place of deep, gentle ease. The light continued to drift almost imperceptibly, as though the observatory itself was breathing. You noticed how the air seemed to move without wind, how warmth and coolness met in a perfect balance that never asked for adjustment. It was the kind of temperature that allowed the body to forget itself. Your spine rested easily. Your legs felt heavy in a pleasant way. Even your thoughts seemed to recline. Outside, the clouds became softer, their edges melting into one another like pale silk brushed with silver dust. There was no clear horizon. Sky and cloud blended into a single, endless calm. You realized that this place was not designed for looking outward alone. It was designed for listening inward. The keeper moved slowly, placing a small glass bowl on the low table. Inside it, tiny points of light drifted, like stars reflected in still water. They were not bright. They glowed with a dim, comforting hue, the color of distant memory. This is light that has learned to rest, the keeper said quietly. You leaned forward slightly, drawn by its gentle glow. The light did not flicker. It pulsed very softly like a sleeping breath. As you watched, your own breathing matched its rhythm. In and out, the world inside you grew quieter. The bowl was not meant to be touched. It was meant to be witnessed, the way one witnesses a calm lake, or a slow moving cloud, or the steady fall of gentle rain. Your awareness softened. You felt the space behind your eyes grow warm and dark, like a room lit by a single candle. The keeper returned the bowl to its place and adjusted the curtains along the far wall. They were made of a thin, translucent fabric that filtered the starlight into long, flowing patterns across the floor. These patterns moved slowly as the clouds outside shifted and the stars changed their angle. Nothing repeated, nothing hurried. Everything flowed. You noticed how your mind no longer searched for meaning. It accepted each sensation as it arrived. Light, warmth, stillness, the faint hum of the observatory, the distant, almost imagined whisper of the sky. Your eyelids lowered again, this time staying closed a little longer. Behind them you saw no images, only a soft, drifting darkness, layered with faint impressions of glow. It felt safe. It felt deep. The keeper's voice reached you, not as sound, but as presence. Rest is not the absence of thought, they said. It is the softening of it. The words passed through you gently, like a breeze through tall grass. Thoughts did not disappear. They slowed. They loosened. They became less sharp, less demanding, less solid. they floated. Outside, the stars seemed to gather in gentle clusters, their light overlapping, creating subtle shades of silver, blue, and pale gold. The clouds beneath the observatory glowed faintly, reflecting this layered light, as though the sky itself were breathing color. You felt a quiet gratitude, not directed at anything in particular, but at the simple act of being held by this moment. There was nothing to solve, nothing to prepare, nothing to remember, only this. The keeper approached again, placing a small cushion beneath your feet. The simple act made your body sink a little deeper into the chair. Your ankles relaxed, your calves softened, your entire posture became more open, more at ease. Even the muscles of your face seemed to release, your jaw unclenched, your brow smoothed, your lips rested gently together. The observatory responded, as if in quiet agreement. The light dimmed another degree, not noticeably, but enough that the room felt even more intimate, more enclosed, more protective. The windows no longer felt like openings. They felt like gentle frames, holding the sky in place. The keeper returned to their silent watch. You noticed how long it had been since you last felt restless, how distant urgency now seemed, how far away the world beyond this place had become. The stars continued their slow, luminous drift. The clouds continued their endless, patient movement. And you remained breathing softly, wrapped in warmth and light, floating within the cloud, top observatory, where nothing was required of you and everything was allowed to rest. The space seemed to whisper without words, "It is enough, you are safe, you may sleep." And as these unspoken messages settled into you, your awareness grew lighter, your body heavier, and your mind softer, preparing gently for the deeper calm that awaited. The observatory felt as though it were drifting, not through space, but through a deeper layer of silence, the kind of silence that is not empty, but full of breath, full of softness, full of light that no longer tries to shine, only to be. The air had grown warmer again, though gently so, like the warmth that remains in a room after a fireplace has been allowed to rest. It did not press against the skin, it simply surrounded. You noticed that your breathing had slowed further, becoming so smooth that each inhale and exhale blended into the next. There was no pause, no edge, only flow. Outside, the clouds had settled into broad, quiet fields, glowing faintly beneath the observatory like a pale, endless sea. The stars above appeared closer, their light diffused into a soft shimmer that wrapped the windows in a gentle halo. The keeper moved quietly, adjusting nothing now, only observing. Their presence was steady, calm, and reassuring, like a lighthouse that no longer needs to signal. You realized that the gentle mystery you had felt upon arriving here had softened into something else. not curiosity, not wonder, but familiarity. This place no longer felt like a destination. It felt like a return. The chair held you more deeply now. The blanket felt warmer, heavier, more grounding. Even the air seemed to cradle your body, supporting every place where tension might once have lived. Your thoughts had become like slow, moving clouds, drifting across a wide, open sky. They did not gather. They did not storm. They passed. A soft light began to form near the center of the room. Not a lamp, not a reflection, but a quiet glow that seemed to emerge from the space itself. It was subtle, almost unnoticeable, and yet it drew your awareness in the most gentle way. The keeper noticed your gaze and spoke, barely above a whisper. This is the light that remains when everything else has learned to rest. The glow did not brighten. It did not move quickly. It expanded slowly, like a calm breath filling a chest. As it spread, the room seemed to exhale. The walls reflected a warmer hue. The floor softened in color. The windows became less like glass and more like gentle mirrors of the sky. You felt a warmth in your chest, a quiet, spreading comfort that reached your shoulders, your arms, your hands. Your fingers loosened, your palms opened. Your entire body seemed to surrender its last small efforts to hold itself upright. There was no need. The observatory was holding you now. Outside, the stars appeared to slow, their movement becoming almost imperceptible. The clouds beneath glowed with a steady, even light, like a soft lantern spread across an endless field. Time seemed to stretch, not forward, but wide. The keeper moved to the window and rested their hand against the glass. Their reflection blended into the glow, and for a moment, it was difficult to tell where they ended and the light began. Here, they said softly, we do not arrive at rest. We remember it. The words settled into you, not as sound, but as feeling. You remembered, not with your mind, but with your body, the way it feels to be safe, the way it feels to be supported, the way it feels to no longer carry weight. Your breathing deepened again, though slowly, naturally, in and out. Each breath felt like a gentle wave, washing away the last traces of tension. The glow in the room grew slightly brighter, then settled like a candle flame that has found its calm. Your eyelids grew heavy. This time, when they closed, they did not feel the need to open again. Behind them, there was no darkness. There was a soft, endless dusk, filled with quiet light. The keeper's steps moved farther away, then became still. The observatory hummed, faint and steady, like a heart at rest. Outside, the clouds and stars continued their slow, timeless dance, and within this peaceful space, you drifted deeper, supported by warmth, by light, by the gentle certainty that nothing is required of you now. Everything has been done. Everything is enough. You may rest. The glow remained steady and kind, like a quiet promise held in the air. It did not demand attention. It simply existed, and in its presence, everything else felt less necessary. Your breathing moved like a slow tide, rising and falling without effort. The space between each breath felt spacious, gentle, unhurried. The observatory no longer felt like a room, but like a wide, open shelter made of light. The keeper had taken a seat near the far window, their posture relaxed, their gaze soft. They were not watching the sky anymore. They seemed to be listening to it. Outside, the stars appeared to rest in their places, no longer drifting, only glowing. The clouds beneath the observatory lay in smooth, quiet layers, their movement almost imperceptible. You noticed how your body felt heavier, not with fatigue, but with comfort. Your legs were warm. Your arms rested easily. Your shoulders no longer held themselves up. Even your heartbeat felt slower, deeper, steadier. The glow in the room seemed to settle into the very walls, the floor, the ceiling, until the observatory itself appeared to be made of gentle light. There were no sharp edges now, no corners, only curves and softness. The air carried a faint, pleasant scent, like clean linen warmed by starlight. You inhaled, and the scent seemed to calm you even further. Exhaling felt like releasing the last small ties to wakefulness. The keeper's voice reached you again, quiet and distant. Sometimes rest is not something we do. It is something we allow. The words floated to you and settled, like a feather landing on still water. You allowed your jaw to soften. You allowed your brow to smooth. You allowed your breath to deepen. You allowed your thoughts to drift apart, creating more and more space between them. The light outside the windows dimmed slightly, as if the stars themselves were settling into a gentler glow. The clouds beneath reflected this change, becoming even softer, more muted, more calm. The observatory seemed to drift lower, not in space, but in awareness, as though it were carrying you toward a deeper layer of quiet. You felt a subtle sensation of floating, as if your body were supported not only by the chair, but by the air itself. There was no fear in this, only ease. Your eyelids fluttered once, then rested. Behind them, the soft dusk continued, endless and calm. The glow in the room remained, but it felt more distant now, more internal, as though the light had moved from the walls into you. Your chest felt warm, your stomach felt settled, your hands felt open and relaxed. Even your fingers seemed to rest. The keeper remained still. The observatory hummed. The sky remained, and you, wrapped in this quiet harmony, drifted further into rest, carried by the gentle rhythm of breath and light, into a place where nothing needs to be thought and everything is allowed to be. The observatory felt quieter than ever before, not because sound had disappeared, but because nothing felt the need to move. The air was still, warm and gentle, like a calm evening held inside a soft room of light. Your breathing was slow now, so slow that each inhale and exhale blended into a single continuous rhythm. There was no beginning, no ending, only flow. The glow within the observatory had softened into something almost invisible, like a memory of light rather than light itself. The stars beyond the windows no longer seemed distant. They felt near, familiar, like old friends who had come to sit quietly beside you. The clouds beneath lay smooth and pale, like an endless blanket, reflecting the faint starlight upward in a soft, silvery haze. You felt as though you were floating, not away, but inward. The chair held you, but so did the air, the warmth, the quiet. Your body felt heavy in the most comforting way. Your mind felt light. Thoughts, if they appeared at all, were like small feathers drifting through a wide, open sky. They did not stay. They did not gather. They passed. The keeper remained near the window, but you were no longer aware of their movement. Their presence had become part of the stillness. The observatory hummed faintly, a sound so soft it felt more like a vibration than a noise. It matched your heartbeat, slow, steady, calm. Your eyelids rested closed now, and there was no need to open them again. Behind them, there was only softness, a gentle, endless dusk filled with calm light. Your breath deepened further, in and out. Each breath carried you deeper into rest. The stars seemed to dim, not because they were fading, but because your awareness was turning inward. The clouds beneath glowed more faintly, like a lantern being slowly lowered. The observatory felt like a cradle of light, rocking you gently, almost imperceptibly. You felt safe. You felt held. You felt free from effort. There was nothing to remember, nothing to plan, nothing to solve. Only this quiet, steady descent into sleep. The warmth in your chest spread slowly into your shoulders, your arms, your hands. Your fingers loosened, your palms opened. Your legs grew heavier, your feet rested. Even your thoughts seemed to lie down. The keeper's voice reached you once more, but it was distant now, like a memory of sound. Rest is your natural state. The words drifted through you, then faded. The observatory responded, its light dimming another degree, its hum becoming even softer. Outside, the stars continued their silent glow. The clouds continued their gentle, endless drift, and you, wrapped in this calm, drifted with them, deeper, slower, softer. Your breathing was now so smooth that it felt like a quiet ocean inside your chest, wave after wave, in and out. Time no longer mattered. Awareness softened. The world beyond this moment became distant, unimportant. The only thing that remained was this deep, comforting stillness. You felt as though you were sinking into a warm bed of light, supported on every side, held without pressure. There was no edge to this feeling, no boundary, only gentle, continuous ease. The observatory, the sky, the stars, the clouds all became part of a single, calm presence. And within it, you rested. The stillness deepened, not in a way that felt empty, but in a way that felt full, full of quiet, full of warmth, full of an almost weightless calm. Your breath moved like a slow tide across a peaceful shore, in and out. Each breath seemed to smooth the edges of the world a little more. The light inside the observatory grew softer again, as though it were learning how to fade without disappearing. It became less something you could see and more something you could feel. A gentle warmth remained in the air, like the last glow of a candle after the flame has rested. You felt as if you were floating on that warmth. Your body, so comfortably heavy, no longer held any shape that required effort. Every muscle seemed to melt into the support beneath it. Your thoughts drifted farther apart, like stars moving slowly away from one another, leaving wide, open spaces of quiet between them. In those spaces, there was only rest. The observatory hummed, its soft rhythm steady and reassuring, like a distant lullaby without words. Outside, the clouds moved in long, smooth layers, their pale forms barely changing, barely shifting, like a dream that continues without interruption. The stars above seemed to dim slightly, not because they were fading, but because your awareness was turning more inward, more gentle, more deep. You noticed how your heartbeat felt slower, heavier, calmer. Each beat was like a soft footstep in a quiet hallway, steady, unhurried, safe. The keeper remained still, but their presence felt closer now, not in space, but in feeling, like a quiet guardian of this peaceful moment. You did not need to see them. You knew they were there. The warmth in your chest spread again, slowly, like a soft light filling a room. It moved into your shoulders, your arms, your hands. Your fingers loosened even more. Your palms felt open, relaxed, warm. Your legs felt heavy, resting. Your feet felt supported. Even your neck seemed to soften, releasing the last small tension it had held. Your jaw rested gently. Your brow smoothed completely. Your breath grew even slower, in and out. Each breath carried you deeper, like a gentle current. The observatory felt like a cradle of light, rocking you so softly that the movement could not be felt, only sensed. The stars outside seemed farther away now, not in distance, but in importance. The world beyond this calm became less defined. The only thing that mattered was this feeling of being held. You felt safe. You felt calm. You felt ready to sleep. Time softened. Minutes and moments blended, There was no need to know how long you had been here. There was no need to know what would come next. The present was enough. The present was gentle. The present was warm. The hum of the observatory became even quieter, as though it too were drifting toward rest. The light continued to fade, not into darkness, but into a soft, endless dusk. Behind your closed eyelids, the same gentle glow remained, like a memory of starlight. Your breathing remained steady, in and out, each breath like a slow wave. The clouds beneath the observatory glowed faintly, their movement almost still now, like a calm sea at night. The stars above continued their silent watch, and you, wrapped in this deep, soothing quiet, drifted further into sleep, carried by warmth, by light, by the steady rhythm of your own breath. The observatory had grown still, not in emptiness, but in a fullness of quiet that felt alive without motion. Light lingered in the corners, soft, gentle, wrapping the space around you like a protective cloak. The stars outside shimmered faintly, their glow steady and kind, a presence you could feel rather than see. Your body was heavy in the most comforting way. Every muscle had surrendered its last small effort to stay awake. Your legs rested. Your arms rested. Your hands lay open and warm in your lap. Even your fingers seemed to soften into the chair beneath them. The blanket over your shoulders spread warmth down your arms, across your chest, and into your belly, like a slow, gentle wave that traveled from the center of your body outward, reaching every corner of your being. The air around you felt alive with softness. It carried the scent of night, faintly sweet, like flowers that bloom under starlight. Each breath you took drew in that quiet sweetness, and each exhale let go of anything left over from wakefulness, tiny fragments of thought, little edges of worry, faint traces of yesterday. You were lighter now, unburdened. You felt as though the space itself was breathing with you, matching the rhythm of your slow, steady inhalations and exhalations. The keeper moved quietly across the room one last time, their presence calm, unobtrusive. They adjusted a soft, translucent curtain by the window so the starlight fell just right, casting gentle bands across the floor. You did not need to open your eyes to see it. You felt it. You felt the glow of light spreading across the walls and floor, warming the edges of your vision, smoothing the borders of your mind. It was a light that did not demand attention, that did not call for thought, that existed purely to comfort and hold. Outside, the clouds below shifted slowly, as if they too had slowed in recognition of the quiet within the observatory. They glided across the sky like slow rivers of silver, catching faint starlight along their edges. You imagined the soft sound of their motion, not sharp, not rustling, but a whisper of movement, a lullaby made by clouds and wind and gentle night. It was a sound you did not need to focus on. You only allowed it to exist around you, blending seamlessly with the soft hum of the observatory and the rhythm of your own body. Your breathing deepened further, in and out, in and out. Each inhale felt cool, steady, and cleansing. Each exhale felt warm, releasing, softening. With every breath, you sank deeper into rest. Your awareness of your surroundings became tender, like a half-remembered dream. You knew the observatory was still there. You knew the keeper had left the gentle marks of their care behind, but your attention did not need to remain fixed. Instead, you floated inward, letting your mind expand and soften, like light passing through the folds of a cloud. It was easy to let go here. It was easy to stop holding onto the small tensions in your body, the minor anxieties in your mind, the soft echo of thoughts that had followed you through the day. All of them could drift away now. All of them could dissolve like morning mist, leaving nothing behind but calm, space, and quiet. You could feel your heartbeat slowing, your pulse calming, as though the observatory itself were holding you in a tender embrace. The faint glow of starlight in your vision blended with the soft memory of the warm blanket and the subtle scent of night. Your eyelids rested fully closed now. Behind them, the darkness was not empty. It was full, but softly so, full of comfort, full of warmth, full of the gentle presence of the night. You imagined the stars beyond the glass drifting slowly, their steady light reminding you that some things do not need to rush, do not need to change, do not need to demand. Some things simply exist, steady, comforting, eternal. A deep calm spread through your body, starting in your chest and flowing outward. It traveled down your spine, releasing tension you had not even realized was there. It spread into your legs, your feet, your toes, letting them rest completely. It rose through your shoulders, relaxing every small knot of effort, letting your arms fall naturally to your sides or across the blanket. Your neck and jaw loosened fully. Even your forehead softened. There was nothing left to hold. Everything had softened. Everything had slowed. Everything was safe. You were aware of your thoughts, only briefly, as if noticing tiny sparks of light far away. They appeared gently, without urgency, then faded into the wide, open calm surrounding them. Nothing needed to be solved. Nothing needed to be remembered. Nothing needed to be held. You were fully supported. The observatory, the clouds, the stars, the keeper's quiet presence, all were threads woven into a soft, invisible fabric that held you perfectly. The gentle, steady rhythm of your breathing became almost musical. In and out, in and out. Each breath seemed to carry you farther from wakefulness, deeper into the quiet night. Your body became heavier, yet lighter at the same time. A paradox of comfort that lets you sink fully into the soft rhythm of sleep. Every small sound in the observatory, every faint shift of starlight, every whisper of cloud motion existed only to remind you of ease. Imagine now the clouds below, stretching endlessly, silver and soft, carrying starlight with them. They rise, they fall, they shift slowly, and in their gentle motion, you sense the rhythm of the universe itself, calm, predictable, kind. You are part of this rhythm now, not in thought, but in feeling. You move with it without effort. You float within it, cradled by the warm, endless night. Your awareness begins to blend fully with the soft light of the observatory. The glow seems to pulse gently in time with your heartbeat, matching your steady breath. There is no separation between you and the comfort around you. The boundaries of your body feel soft, flexible, as if you could expand and melt into the space itself. It is a safe, infinite calm. You are completely held, completely still, completely ready for the deep, restorative rest of sleep. Even your mind, now slow and quiet, seems to hum with peace. Small thoughts appear like tiny stars in the distance, but they do not disturb, they do not linger. They simply pass, dissolving into the steady, gentle night. You are free from worry, free from effort, free from tension. You only exist here, in this soft, luminous, safe space, drifting, floating, sinking slowly into the vast, calm rhythm of the universe. The warmth of the blanket, the glow of starlight, the steady presence of the keeper, the soft hum of the observatory, all of it carries you gently forward, deeper and deeper. Your breathing, smooth and even, continues without thought. Your heartbeat is steady, calm, and restful. Every inch of your body is fully supported. Every thought is light, distant, unneeded. Only this gentle flow remains, carrying you closer and closer to sleep. Now, imagine the observatory itself exhaling with you. The lamps soften further. The walls seem to shimmer faintly, a quiet mirror of your inner calm. The windows reflect the stars, now calm, fixed, peaceful. Every detail of this space exists only to comfort, only to hold, only to guide you softly toward rest. The clouds outside drift without hurry. The stars above shine gently, and you float weightless in the space between wakefulness and dream, fully ready to surrender. Your body feels like it is melting into the chair, into the blanket, into the gentle glow of the observatory. Your mind feels like water, wide, smooth, and deep. Your breath flows like a slow river. Your heartbeat is calm, constant, and steady. Every sound, every light, every small shift of air exists only to reinforce your ease, your comfort, your readiness to sleep. And now, in this perfect, gentle quiet, you are drifting fully. The night embraces you. The starlight holds you. The clouds support you. The observatory cradles you. Your body rests. Your mind rests. You are ready to sleep. Deep, slow, gentle sleep. There is nothing else. Only this. Only calm. Only rest.